Congratulations on your acceptance to study abroad.
This video will provide more information on the post-decision application requirements, necessary travel documents, financial aid, differences in academic environments abroad, and student conduct expectations.
Before you depart for your study abroad program, there are additional items that you will need to complete in your Pack Abroad portal. After you have committed to your program, you will see another set of requirements added to your Pack Abroad application. Though every program may be a bit different, in general you will see the following: questionnaires, assessments, and signature documents. The questionnaires include your passport information, emergency contact information, a health history form, and your departure and arrival information. Signature documents are items that you will read and then digitally sign to acknowledge that you have reviewed and understand the information provided. In your application, you will see various deadlines to have these post-decision requirements complete.
Please submit your flight and passport information as soon as it is available. If you do not have the information by the deadline, please contact your program director and/or study abroad coordinator. Your application also contains a pre-filled itinerary, which matches the dates and locations of your group program. If you plan to travel on any free weekends or days, please update the application itinerary to reflect the dates and locations of your independent travel. Additionally, there are some items you will need to complete after you return from the abroad portion of your program, so please be sure to review your application periodically to see if anything is required. The Study Abroad office and your program director will send out important information regarding program meetings and country-specific pre-departure orientations. Always read emails or notifications coming from your program director and the Study Abroad office, as they will contain important and specific information for your group program.
Passports are required for international travel, including study abroad programs. If you don't have a valid passport, you will not be able to leave the United States. Please apply for one as soon as possible. There are several passport acceptance facilities in the Triangle, including one that can be reached by bus from campus. For those of you who already have passports, please check its expiration date. Your passport must be valid for the entire duration of your time abroad, plus 6 months beyond your return date.
For U.S. passport holders, most programs are under 90 days and do not require a visa, but estimated costs can be found on the cost sheet of your program brochure. Please review the U.S. State Department's website, travel.state.gov. There you can find information for your host country and any entry and visa requirements. If you have any questions or concerns during the process, please reach out to your program director or the Study Abroad office for assistance. Before you depart for your study abroad program, we recommend making 2 color copies of all travel documents. Leave 1 copy at home and bring the other copy abroad with you. In the event that any of your documentation is lost or stolen, the copies will enable you to get replacements faster. NC State students who are eligible to receive financial aid, including loans, grants, and scholarships, can use their aid package towards the cost of any study abroad program. To utilize financial aid towards a study abroad program, courses taken abroad must fulfill degree requirements, and students must maintain full-time enrollment during the semester or half-time enrollment during the summer in order to use federal financial aid. Full-time enrollment is at least 12 credit hours per semester for undergraduate students, or at least 9 credit hours per semester for graduate students. Half-time enrollment during the summer is at least 6 credit hours for undergraduate students, or at least 4.5 credit hours for graduate students. Summer 1 and Summer 2 coursework can be combined to meet the half-time enrollment requirement. If students receiving financial aid reduce their course load during their time abroad or fail any classes, they should notify the Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid, as this may result in a change to their funding eligibility, and they may be required to pay some of the disbursed aid back to NC State. The Study Abroad office will also notify OSFA if it learns that a student receiving aid has reduced their course load or failed any classes abroad. It is important to understand that, due to federal regulations, OSFA cannot allow students to be funded above the cost of attendance. If you receive substantial funding from other sources, We advise that you check with OSFA to ensure that you will be able to utilize these awards without reducing other aid. Students receiving financial aid can expect their aid to be reflected on their student account in MyPack portal and applied toward the balance of the academic term in which they will receive credit for their experience abroad. Financial aid will be dispersed on the same timeline as an on-campus term at NC State and will not be dispersed early, even if your study abroad program begins before the start date of NC State's academic term. If a student's total aid is greater than their NC State billed charges, any remaining aid will be dispersed directly to the student. These funds will be dispersed at the start of the academic term. To receive refunds as quickly as possible, students can enroll in direct deposit via MyPack portal. For any questions regarding financial aid, students should contact the Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid directly.
Students are often surprised by how different classes are while abroad. On NC State group programs, students are often taking 3 or more credits in a shorter period of time than compared to regular semesters on campus. Group program courses may include traditional style classroom time, related experiential activities, site visits, or hands-on projects. Students may find that they are required to obtain a large amount of information in a short time. Some group programs may require pre- and post-class time and/or assignments before or after the time abroad. Your program director will provide a syllabus that outlines the specific details of your class. It is important that you attend all of your classes, read any required materials, and complete any assignments to ensure you are successful abroad. Think about the resources and strategies you use to be successful in your classes at NC State and see how you can adapt them to your group program. If you feel that you are having trouble adjusting, please be sure to check in with your program director and take advantage of any resources they may offer.
Some group programs may include enrollment in courses taught by a host institution or program abroad. These courses are taken for transfer credit, which will be processed by the Study Abroad office upon the group's return. Your program's brochure page will indicate whether the program includes courses taken for transfer credit. In most cases, transfer credit courses have already been pre-approved by the department. If the courses have not been pre-approved, you will need to complete a study abroad course pre-approval form. It is your responsibility to ensure that the courses taught by the host institution will transfer back and be applicable to your degree plan. Credit accepted for transfer from another institution or program abroad will appear on your official NC State transcript. The transcript will list the NC State equivalent course code, course name, and grade earned. The grade earned will not be included in your GPA. In order for academic credit to transfer back to NC State, you must receive a grade equivalent to a C- or higher. Courses cannot be taken pass-fail or satisfactory-unsatisfactory. Grades below a C- in transfer credit courses will still be processed by registration and records and will appear on the student's transfer credit report as well as on the official transcript from the host institution abroad. The Study Abroad office will keep your official transcript from abroad. If you require additional copies for graduate school applications or other requirements, our office can provide certified copies.
Along with the opportunity to study abroad comes a responsibility to represent the Wolfpack in safe and healthy ways. The excitement of going abroad can sometimes impact students' decision making, so it's important to remember the expectations of our community and learn the laws and expectations of your host country. This is an important part of ensuring the safety of yourself and others. While abroad, you are subject to the laws of your host country. These laws may be in an unfamiliar context as you navigate cultural differences and you learn your host country's rules and legal obligations. It is important for you to become informed of all laws, regulations, and standards for each country to or through which you will travel during your program participation. Each foreign country has its own laws and regulations and standards of acceptable conduct in these areas of dress, manners, morals, religion, social customs, politics, alcohol use, drug use, and behavior. Behavior or conduct which violates those laws or standards could harm the program, the university's relations with countries in which this program is located, your own health and safety, or the health and safety of others. In addition to the laws of your host country, you are still an NC State student and a member of the Wolfpack and are expected to follow the Student Code of Conduct while abroad. Should conduct or behavioral incidents which go against the student code of conduct occur while abroad, you may be referred to the University Conduct Office upon your return. You will also be subject to your host institution or program's code of conduct while abroad. Such incidents abroad most commonly involve alcohol. If you're illegally able to drink in your host country while abroad, be safe about how much you consume and remember to drink responsibly. Alcohol may be more integrated into the social aspects of your host country, but this doesn't mean that people will be drinking heavily or at all. If you do choose to drink, consider the health and safety risks involved with the underage or excessive consumption. Lastly, it is our expectation that you do not possess illegal drugs while abroad. The Study Abroad Office has a zero tolerance policy around the use or possession of illegal drugs or substances. Your program director will hold a specific pre-departure meeting where you will cover specific health and safety topics related to your program destination. Thank you for listening to Part 1 of the pre-departure orientation videos. Part 2 will provide more information about health, safety, and financial preparations for your time abroad. Be sure to review specific travel and safety information for your host country prior to your departure.